Welcome everybody, welcome back to another video coming to you from the tomb of illumination. Here's our tomb. We're inside the tomb. The toroidal field. We're inside there. Nothing outside of it. This is like a thought. Maybe crammed into that little pineal gland inside the centre of your brain. There's no out there. It's just all of the mind. You can think of anything you like, but there's nothing out there. This realm isn't physical. We're all of the light, and it all comes from nothing. It comes from a thought. And this is what meditation is all about, going into that deep, dark state. Because Earth is from that deep, dark state, the place of rest. It's come from the black hole. What's in the centre of a black hole? Nothing. All the actions around the horizon. A flat plane that came from the flat plane of a vortex. Here, I'm going to play you some of his video, and we're going to touch on a few points that I've described to the world, on my channel for at least 5 years, if not 7. So all these questions I've got all the answers for. That aside, here's Jeran talking a lot of rubbish again, because I've explained all this before. Okay. It's all about the motion of the sun out here. This is all described in the Bible, you guys. That's called the plowshare. These are magnetic field lines. Okay? They come out of the north centre. They come out of the south Arctic. These are called the plowshare wave. It's a plowshare. It's the shape of a plowshare. Go check out an old plowshare. And then it talks about, so cut off there, or there maybe. And then this part was called the pruning hook. The pruning hook. Plowshare, pruning hook. And then we had the pomegranate. What's the pomegranate? It's representing the sun out there. It's infinite. So you draw the sun anywhere around here, full time. When the field, the season is down and out. When the ecliptic plane is down and out. The sun follows the ecliptic plane, which is the magnetic field of creation, which is all in the centre vortex here. So all these plowshare waves, they're infinite. Okay? At this time of the year, like December, the sun is down and out. We have our own sun cycle out around Antarctica. You could just draw a circle here, the one sun. It's all mirrored from here. Okay, so we're going to get into why he's querying all this and doesn't understand it all. So at the end of the day, you've got to realise the hidden sun of creation's right back here in the centre Arctic. It's unseen, it's pure plasma. There's the Milky Way comes over to the tropical gap, and that's where we see the sun. So that's the first state of projection, the first image in our light spectrum. Okay, so let's draw it around here. So this is the Milky Way. The Milky Way represents one of these lines, and it moves around the Earth 24/7. It's a straw in a cup. Okay, so where this comes around and where this one meets, right there is the sun. Okay, declination will have move, up and in or down and out. So it's in this gap here. That's the first state of projection in our realm. The tropical gap, we are told, is called the ecliptic plane. Where's the plane on a flat Earth? There is no plane on a globe. There's the flat Earth plane, the ecliptic plane. All the planets are up there. The black hole centre's there, and the sun's on its horizon up here, the pure plasma sun. So in the Bible it talks about the plowshare. No one can understand the Bible. I'm the only person who seems to understand it on the internet. There's been some older guys, do break it down a bit, but they don't know what I know. Okay, just put it that way. Now you see, we get the sun out here in its own cycles, but back in here, New Zealand, Australia, South America, South Africa, we get our normal sun and night time. So we're getting day and night in here, in the southern hemisphere, anywhere from there to there actually. From there to there. Sun anywhere in there, day and night. The usual cycle. Well, it's 24-hour sun here. Well, how do you get a day and night here if you've got a 24-hour cycle there? How does that work on a spinning ball? It does not work on a spinning ball. The sun is in the Milky Way. So this straw in the cup is turning. That's your 360 degree 24-hour day. It just moves around it. The field is always moving out of that centre. Okay? And this field is always going like this. So it turns a little bit, but it's moving all the way around like this to do one full cycle. But if you fix a camera there, you see a permanent circle. Why is there a permanent circle there if this globe we're supposed to be on hasn't even turned 15 degrees, let alone 360 degrees? Yet within minutes, you've got a full circle there for star trailing. You see all the stars in it. There's the circle. How did it form a circle? The stars aren't doing a full circle there because they actually wander in from the east, move out through the west as the field moves around the entire northern hemisphere, separated by the tropical gap. But there's stars in here, don't get too fancy. We're talking about the main events here, the northern stars and the southern stars. The northern stars are mirrored to the south. This is another thing we're going to get onto in Jeran's video. How do the stars out here show up when the same stars are over here? Well, it's like the sun. The sun is all the way out, down and out. All the stars are down and out. It's all projected from the centre. So why would that one, why would that project there and not project here or project there or project there or project there or project there or project there? So I've explained it fully. They just don't want to know. Okay? So here we have the ploughshare curve, right? So what I never highlighted, I highlighted that the compass, a northern hemisphere compass, will flip as you cross the tropics. I never talked about the one that flips out here. So the southern hemisphere compass flips out here as well because look, the field's flipped, turned like this. It's turned. And it's in a video, the pilot saying we always get the opposite effect once you get down here in Antarctica. Okay? So he's wondering why the sun's going around this way. The magnetic field is going around like this. The sun goes around like this. It's going around like this, and this comes out of the north and goes around and does a loop like this. This comes out and around then does a loop like this. Because it's mirrored from the centre. If you've got a fixed camera. If you've got a fixed camera, that's the effect you're going to get. As it comes around, the sun comes around, it's going to come up and over your arc of horizon, then go out of your horizon. Which means goes out into darkness. Because it's gone out. It's gone out of your daylight zone. It's moved on ahead that way. But because you've got a fixed camera, you've got to imagine you're getting this cycle here mirrored to here. It hasn't wandered off or gone anywhere. It's still there turning. So if this is turning, obviously this is turning. Why wouldn't it? It's mirrored. But it's parabolically mirrored because of the curved field of the Earth. The magnetic flux, and we live in the flux. So you see that? It's forever turning around here. It's forever turning around here. But you could have a star tracker camera and follow all these stars that come in. All these stars are coming from this direction. They go over your horizon, out of your horizon, and carry on all the way around the Earth, all the way around the northern hemisphere. See that? So you've got two 15-degree motions which you don't have on a globe. You'll have the one motion in here doing circles, circumpolar stars. It doesn't go anywhere else. It doesn't go east or west. It just does that rotation. It appears to come from the east and go to the west, but you're only seeing that portion coming into your horizon, going up and out. But if you track them, you're just going around the centre north. But these ones here, if you were to track them, you'd see them come in like this and just carry on around here, all the way around here. But at the same time, you've got this fixed camera doing circles here. There's always a circle here. And that movement is 15 degrees per hour. Because the centre vortex of creation is 15 degrees per hour. And then you get a couple of these idiots like Dumber and Dumber on Jake the fake guy and mate, laughing at me mentioning the stars doing 15 degrees per hour. I'm talking about the cycle. It's 15 degrees here. You can moan the stars are a little bit slower because they are a little 4 minutes slower than the sun cycle by 4 minutes. So just stick to 15 degrees per hour. You got your 15 degrees per hour rotation here. You've got a 15 degree motion of stars going around here. In from the east, out at the west. All you're doing is, you're standing here, you're just tracking them from there to there. Unless you start following them. Because you have to move your arc of horizon. That's your arc of horizon. You only see that. That's your rotation in there. If you turn your camera, warp your camera away from a dead north to south meridian, then everything starts warping away. But if you could, let's say you're on a run, you're in a movie studio and you're on a runner, and your wheels you just race around here, filming these stars all the way around like this. Everything they do in the movie studios is replicating what happens on Earth. Even the parabolic screen that goes all the way around here, they use that in the movies where they're projecting the image onto here. I think it's something to do with 3D. But anyway, this casts the image back to the observer. Parabolically projected off that screen. This is what's happening all around the south. Everything's projected off that screen. And whenever they see the sun up high, that means the sun is around here. That's when they get the sun up high. And when the sun starts coming back around, this starts dropping back down to there. This is like midnight, 12 a.m., 12 p.m. Up and down at this time of the year, December, January. But you only see the sun above the horizon for a few weeks because the season's changing. It's going back up and the sun is moving back up. And the sun in Elima. It's coming back up here now. Okay. Down here, 21st of December, it's above the horizon. It's level. You'll see the sun level. But then it starts kinking. Which way is it kinking? I haven't got that on my mind. It's going up at midnight, but I think it starts kinking back. The more you move north, the more that becomes nighttime. It's nighttime. You get right back up to the tropic here. It's what the pyramid's all about. See, you imagine the sun level at the equinox, and as you're moving north, it's going like this. And the more the end dips down, the more nighttime there is in the cycle, which means the sun's just gone out of your horizon. Okay? Always remember, nighttime is the backdrop of everything. The sun coming around is just coming over it. Out of darkness comes light, but the darkness comprehends it not. It's written. The sun is in many places, but only seen in one. That is also written. So the sun is all the way around here. But man only sees his one images in his arc of horizon. Okay? So here's your plowshare, okay? So the compass will flip in here because it's reversed just here. As you get back here, you get back to your normal southern hemisphere compass. But you cross over there, it flips again. Because this is the North Pole out here. North Pole in there. It's just that this is the weak force, because look, it's widely dispersed. There's the strong force. South poles are there and there. There's a video out at the moment, the guy's describing the sun and all the effects, which I've explained. They said they don't know where the sun comes from or what it is. Well, I must be the only guy in the world who knows where it is and how it's manufactured, everything. I know it's in here. I know it's pure plasma. I know how it's created from the energy created in here. You can call it the electrodes, an anode or a cathode, magnetic induction, because it is magnetism at the end of the day. Everything's magnetism. The weak force and strong force is where you see the art in all the South American, or all over the world really, Indians, Red Indians, South Americans. It's this pattern you see on their art, their clothing stuff, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. And then you got to think, well, what has this pattern on it? That's the palm tree. The palm tree, what are they calling it? The phoenix palm tree. Well, there's the phoenix palm tree, right? There's this big root. And what comes out like a big flower at a particular time of the year? You see that? All the energy's here, going down here. But you've got this Milky Way, the one flowering branch coming out of the palm tree. Even that's all written. No one on the internet can explain all this stuff like I can. It's all here. This is all their BS in their globe theory, when really it's just declination, spider web, and it's a spider web and celestial navigation. It's all just a curving magnetic field of the Earth. Declination, it's lateral. You're not sailing up or down a hill, over a ball, under a ball. It's curved linear, it's lateral. Declination, 11 degrees. This is why you have to make calculations. This is why they say the geographical north and what's the other one? Magnetic north, whatever. Magnetic north is this curve. It's never going to align with the dead center. This is why we have gyro laser compasses now. They've set, if you're here, they've already set it for that direct path where you sail a direct line to there. They made all the calculations in the computer. But if you're following a compass bearing, you're going like this. This is where you go down here and start doing circles. Think, what the hell, where do I go now? See? If you come down here, there's east and there's west. You come down here, there's east. You get down here, oh, the compass is flipped and now you're still following this, but that's west and there's east. It's all back to front. So anyway, let's give a little bit of this, see a little bit of this video, shall we?
So there's observations from that location. We are seeing those observations. We can prove that that is true. Great. So there's a globe model that says that is the observation that you would make from that spot. Okay, seems pretty accurate. They're saying that's what we would see.
No, there is no globe model that shows that, because how can the globe have a sun here, nighttime there, and daylight somewhere up here? Why is it nighttime when you got sun here on the one magnetic field line, one arc of longitude? You can't do that on a ball. Let's draw a ball. there's the one arc of longitude. How can you have daylight here? You've got you'll have I haven't got that on my mind, but anyway, let's say you've got night time now. See, you got the sun here doing circles at 12 a.m. in the morning, but here you've got night time. All this is smothered in night, and then the sun comes around. It comes around in here actually. Comes around in the morning. Okay, so yeah, so just basically that's it. You can't have night time and sun here on the same arc of longitude. It just doesn't work on a globe. It's just rubbish. But if you understand the flexing of the magnetic field down and out, and then you've got to go deep into the Bible and the physics books where it talks about the two hemispheres splitting, where you get the separate cycle of the sun. You got the northern hemisphere cycle. There's two celestial cycles. There's one around the northern hemisphere and a separate one in the southern hemisphere. Most of the year, or half the year, they're actually linking, overlaying each other. But then they pop out after the 17th of October. And you get the full rotation out south here, above the observer. Okay? We still have the normal day and night further north on the other side of 66.6 degrees. Okay? So it cannot be explained on the globe. It's a lie. You can't have the sun in darkness and then have the sun over here somewhere.
Then there's the flat earth model who says, oh, well, whatever you see happens on a flat earth. But wait, but what about the sun? What about where it's at? Oh, they forget to mention that part. Let me show you. So if we take this time and let's go to where there's 24-hour light, which would be, where's day of year? Let's go to 348, somewhere in there, okay? Now, you'll notice something here. Notice this yellow line here? The tilt that's there? And now if I play through the day, you'll notice that the sun just goes around like that, right? Well, guess what? That's what we saw. Remember, it was at a high of 35. There it is in the north. Let's go around so you can see. Can you actually get in there? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is what I actually saw. We were here in this location, and the sun comes around in the north, and then goes around to my south, and then back around. Okay, so that's what we do see for real. Now, the flat Earth has the gall to say,
that is
we
flat
made a
Earth
prediction. No, you did not. Because the problem is, if we move this time, I want you to see where the sun actually is. This is the sun.
When the sun is over here, it's higher over there.
On the flat Earth, the sun is over here. But they're just saying, oh, it just happens to be back here.
So, and it's projected out here at that particular time. So that means the Milky Way is over there at this time of the night, day or night, whatever. But he's still getting his sun image out here because it's to do with the flexing of the ecliptic plane. The magnetic field is down and out, and the fields are separated, completely separated like this. That's the cycle. It always goes around this way, and this comes around this way. Okay, it's always coming this way. That's your anti-clockwise cycle in the north, and that's your clockwise in the south. It's always been like that. He thinks it's amazing, and I've had that on my YouTube site for 7 years. Everything comes this way. It does a cycle this way. So that's the way you see it if you're just fixed on your zone, your meridian. But it's really the sun going all the way around here. So what's happening around here is coming up and over your arc of horizon, then moving on around. People just need to stop and think. they just listen to me for 5 minutes and then the brain shuts off, go all foggy. Half the year, the northern hemisphere is here, the southern hemispheres come right up like this. You got the two cycles like this. Well, the sun is basically combined. It's sort of, this is the energy field in here. And you're getting it in both hemispheres. But then it separates. It's a phase shift, and the sun pops in there, does its own full cycle. Still going around the north like this. But you've got to remember the tropical circle, because that sun is always in this tropical circle. Whether it be there, depends on declination. And down and out, declination is down and out, right out there, is when this field is separated. It's all going like this. How do you explain that? You can't go on a person's show and explain that without flipping a million pictures.
In reality, what made it move from here to here? How does it just happen to be so magical that the sun disappears from where, and then, by the way, this is even worse than you thought. It also has to be here. Because guess what? In that time of day, it's above Australia, as you can see. So imagine, it's above Australia.
That's our normal.
Because Australia can look up and say,
sun.
There's the sun, and its heat, and its light.
But at the moment, the sun is all the way around the southern hemisphere, the Arctic, all the way around. It's just part of the magnetic flux. It's the phase shift I keep talking about. After October the 17th, there's a phase shift, and it pops into there, and there's now two cycles of suns. Okay? There's always a dual system anyway, because of the parabolic projections off this field for everyone in the southern hemisphere. But for complete separation, it's got its own magnetic field, okay? Own magnetic cycle. You just got to realize it's got a separate, it's a phase shift that takes the sun and pops it into the south. It's permanently around a person in Antarctica after the 17th of October. It's all written, but no one can read it. And then it comes back in. Gets so far, and it pops back into the northern side. Like I say, it's not easy to explain.
Okay, great. And then we are saying over here, oh, but I see it back off this wall. That's what the globe says you will see. And we've just stolen it, even though our sun is way the hell over here. That's embarrassing. And I thought that people would call it out and be like, what, this isn't true. No. Everybody's backing Alfonso. Everybody thinks that he's some genius. Oh, he's a PhD. Oh, no, he's just stolen globe observations, placed them on a flat map, and then magically taken the sun, and poof, out of thin air, it appears exactly where the
That Alonso has copied my... This all came from me.
That is...
Dubai saw it somewhere else, but okay, I'm the original guy who had all this stuff. I know how it works.
I'll admit this fully, that I love the AE map. I think it explains the world better. I think it explains seasons better. I think that it made more sense. It was simple, easy to teach children. It's beautiful. It's elegant. It makes sense. You don't want to go to the outskirts because it's snow. And it also happens to jive with all our other observations. So I hate to be the only one telling you this. I hate to be the...
It's man's personal arc of horizon.
Nobody else is going to bear this bad news to you.
Everywhere. Everybody has one. 3 miles out at sea level.
What I'm telling you, which is the AE map cannot work. We are stealing real-life observational data and magically placing the sun wherever
the AE map, it's factual. Everything expands as you move out from the center. It's a representation. It's one representation of our flat Earth. What has the AE map got to do with the silly flat Earth's sun design? Nothing. Just a couple of guys decided to put the sun there and let it go around like that. What's that got to do with the AE map? Nothing. We've got to understand the AE map is factual. So is the Mercator map. Because the Mercator map has the parallel lines which represent relativeness to the man moving south. Everything is relative to him. He's expanding in the field. So as he expands, if everything is relative to him, then time over distance hasn't changed. He's expanding with it. If people can't understand this, put it in writing exactly what you don't understand. And if I get enough of them, I'll try and rework it so you can understand it. But first you have to understand how this... You need to understand everything to do with physics. And I've got it all on my site. I've told everybody, shown everybody. You need to understand how the southern field comes in and overlays the northern field. Cycle. How they come in. This is always going around. This winds in. As it's going around, it winds in and overlays. And then it pops out completely separate rotations. 2 different suns. And this, even beyond that, there's like 3. And then you go beyond that and it's everywhere. Okay? I'll leave it at that. Cheers.